Well, here we are again. You can see I've had to indulge in some clampage because the top don't really matter because you have this spine part which will hide all that, but underneath it kind of didn't want to go together. It's been like this for a week, so I assume it's safe to take these parts off. Ooh, we've got a heck of a ridge there. Ouch. I might have to crack. I don't know if you can see that, but the clampage has really come on, focus. There we go. Yeah, the clampage has really given me a problem there. I'm half a mind to crack that open and try and rejig it, but I shall do that for a moment, or shall I? Because the next part is to put the intakes on right over there. So let's see what we can do with this. Okay. Sorry about that. Do something in the background. Right, cool. So what I'm planning on doing is to stab that through there. Just move your camera. And then if I get this right, I should be able to twist it like that and level this out. Or with it, because that's a. I mean, I could try and shave it down, but that's a lot to shave down. Oh, I've made a right pig's ear of this, and it's only been quite 5 minutes. Right. Okay. Oh, the reason this stream keeps I keep stopping and freezing is let me just I'm still messing about trying to get the sound, because the screen I've got with the YouTube Live, there's no sound, which is probably for good reason. But it is, if ever someone else was on there, would I be able to hear them? I don't know. But that's having guests on this channel is a little bit advanced for me. Hello, Carl Northie. It's rainy and dark. It's dark here in the UK. Just getting dark. It's just gone 9 o'clock. So enough faffing about. Let's see if I can't improve this huge step I've made for myself. So I've got to be super careful because there's a little antenna right there while I'm hacking away at this that's just itching to be accidentally snapped off. I wonder if the application of some more clampage won't force it. No, that's not really doing the job. Oh, this is incredibly annoying. Ooh, something just bust. What have we just snapped there? Not sure, but I've just put a little stress mark there. Right. This is most likely going to end badly. Where's me? Oh, poop. Poopy poop poop. Right, I'm going to have to shave the higher part of the step down as best I can. So it's a bit of a sad day today because about what, hour and a half, 2 hours ago, maybe now, we found out that Ozzy Osbourne had passed away. It's a bit of a sad thing for me, because being an Ozzy fan for quite a few years, and Ozzy Osbourne was the very first metal gig I ever went to, way back in the olden days of 1983. It was the Bark at the Moon tour. And for that reason, that's one of my favourite solo Aussie albums. I do really like Die With a Madman and Blizzard of Oz, of course. Brilliant albums as well. But yeah, Bark at the Moon, it'll always be special. I think I'll just yeah, I've just wiped away a panel line or two. So I'm gonna leave that be a bit. Try to remember where I put the sprues. They're here. So what are we after? We are after part B10 and B9. Which that's obviously B9. And snip and snip. Let me just reply to that. And denibbit. Part B9. It's got all sorts of detail on the inside of that. Little vents, which would help if I could put that in camera. Oh yeah. Little vents and slots and all sorts. And also, according to the instructions, I paint the inside of this. And where are you? Where's B9? Where's B10? Oh, it's right in front of me. That's B10, that's B9, those. I always double check, see if pieces like this are not actually meant to be on the kit. Hello, Cole. Again. In Australia. I am in the UK myself. In a part of the UK called the East Midlands. And my little part of the East Midlands is very famous for a fella called, well, for two fellas, if I'm going to be honest. One is a fella called Robin Hood, and the other is a fella called Brian Clough. So that goes there like so. Just put that there. You don't want a gratuitous crotch shot of me, really, do you? That would be disgusting. And this is not that sort of channel, and YouTube is not that sort of platform. So, right, we've got B9 sits like so. B10 joins onto the top contactor. Now, if you use gravel contactor and your nozzle gets bunged up, which it's apt to do from time to time, I just get a piece of, well, I don't know if you can even see that, but that is a piece of small copper wire. And there you go. And you just free up your nozzle and you're good to go. Except I think this particular tub of contactor is about on its last legs. Ugh. Stuff doesn't come out, or it comes out in gallons. So part B9, B10, they go together like so. Cool. Missed my mark. Something like that. Yeah, there we go. And then it just goes straight on there. Which, okay, it does have that turbo step a little. But then, okay, now I've got another issue in that part there isn't quite aligned. I think because of the shape of this thing, it's really tricky to keep parts. Let's see if we can't. It is really tricky to get all the parts together how you'd like them to be. And I'll stick your finger in there, open that gap. Okay, now the fun part is I'm going to need to let this set. And it's going to need some light clampage, which is fine, but it ain't very interesting for you to watch. Because now we're kind of stuck. However, what did I do with the top to that? Don't know, can't find it. Leave it be. So according to this, the interior of that needs to be painted in 165, which we have in the paints. Hello, blast from the past. Let's just that's pretty firm in there, and like I say, that's on its last legs. Oh, did I? Okay, I'm struggling a bit here because I'm looking down on this, doing this, but the actual screen, if I can just swing you along, is there just behind the light. So I'm kind of, what I might do is just bear with me. I'll set my phone up with this stream, and then I can keep an eye on the chat a little bit better. What I'm not going to do, like I did last week, I actually unlocked my screen on camera, which wasn't the end of the world, but was a slightly silly thing to do. Feels like 12 watch. We've got 12 watching. Wow. 12 watch. We've got 12 watching. So there we are. If I stick this right in front of me so I can see what's happening. Cool. So where was we? 165, which is this colour here. Now then, another thing is with these pots. You see that little thing there that keeps the lid on? Kind of handy, but I find that if you, okay, that needs a stir. If you try and put them down, that can overbalance them and tip them up. So I will cut that through. So take the lid off and get it out of the way. And then I'm going to get my magic paint stirring device, which is a little metal rod, which of course has gone missing the second you want it. Ah, there we have. Oh my word, this is, oh dear Lord. That doesn't look too promising, and it only seems to be about half a tub as well, which is slightly annoying in a way. Being well, as you can tell, I am in fact a painter and decorator. These hands give it away. The more paint you have in a can or thing like this, the less likely it is to form the skin. This stuff is in. Okay, it's coming. It's coming. If I was to looking at this, if you leave water-based paints, your emulsions and that sort of thing, if you leave them out somewhere really cold and they get frosted, I'm tempted. I'm tempted. I've got plenty of them, but that one of my big lads rollers, that won't even roll wet the end. So what am I going to do with that? Let's just see if we can't make it flow a little bit better. A few drops of this stuff in. It is for airbrushes, but you can potentially, when it comes to painting the born in okay, you lived in Surrey and Manchester then Surrey, and then you went to Oz. Right, so the proof of the pudding, in fact, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this lid back. Give it a good old wallop. Get covered in paint. Did you see that? Fun times. Pick myself out a lovely brush. And let's see what we can do. We'll check, it definitely was 165. Yep. So that's 165 this thing. It would also help if I did this on camera. And now I'm trying to talk to you with a brush in my mouth. Oh, this paint doesn't seem to be incredibly clever. You can't quite see that, but what it's doing, it's doing what we call sissing, and what that is, the surface tension. It seems to be. Ooh, this is horrible. I'm just trying to do this because I'm a little bit stuck. Until I do this, I can't really move on. But that said, I don't think I'll be using this particular pot for the main part of this kit. And I'll show you what I mean by sissing. It's basically the surface tension overcomes the ability of the paint to stick to whatever surface you're putting it on, and that's what's happening here. Another coat, I would say, would probably sort that out, if I'm going to be honest, but this paint's kind of gritty as well. And there's a lot of nice detail, scribe panel lines and all that sort of thing. This paint gets much thicker and gungier. It's going to hide all that. We're going to lose all that, which is a bit of a shame. And now I'm beginning to see why. I think those instructions are actually telling you to paint these two parts like this before you actually put them together. Some of these vents and detail, I'm struggling to stick a brush in. So I'll just bring you in. Now, as you can see, as I'm painting this on, give it a minute. Focus. So those little, you can see it down in the intake lock where it's the surface tension is overcoming the paint's ability to stick to this surface, which is what's happening there, which is what all these little dark grey parts are, dark grey spots are. It's actually the grey of the plastic showing through as it repeatedly does not want to stick to the pot. And like I said, I don't know if you can really see this, but it does seem to be kind of grainy, this paint, gritty, grainy. It should come good if I keep brushing it, because as it dries, it will begin to stick to the part more. And this is like incredibly annoying. I think I've got some enamel in this colour. It's not coming too brilliant either, if I'm going to be dead honest. But so I should stop trying to talk to you when I've got a brush in my mouth. So you can see the right hand side. I've just brushed it over again. We're getting there. The left hand side is still showing the sissing is what we call it, sissing. So what I'm going to do with it is hopefully the clampage on the main fuselage has come good. I probably won't disappear off right now, but I am going to have a look for to see if I have got this colour in enamel or anything. I mean, if I'm going to be brutally honest, I've got a rack there of all sorts of Tamiya pale greys, and I'm sure one of those will be a good match. So, cleaning my brush, how do I do that? This is or was a jar of onion chutney. However, that's clearly not onion chutney. What that is screen wash, such as you put in your car window screen washers. A few drops of that. There's a bit of detergent in it, and for I mean, you can clean the brushes out in water, that's fine. But I just happen to have a 5 litre tub of this stuff, so I siphon a bit off now and again, and just use it for cleaning me brushes. Makes them smell nice as well. That's I don't know what fragrance that is. Kind of flowery, let's just say. And just give me brush a wipe on this incredibly not ragged at all bit of kitchen oil. Put the brush back in its storage. What I do is every time I have a tin of Pringles, I'll just cut it in half and stick brushes in it. I've got the brushes I mainly use for painting is this lot. These are all sort of flat brushes, and what these are, and as you can see, I've not actually used them yet, are silicone brushes. And these have got that metal ends on the opposite end there. It would help if I looked at it. And what the plan is for these, I'm going to use them for filling rather than just smearing it on and rubbing it down like I used to. So that's stuff there. It's not bad actually. Now I've given it a bit of work over. Another coat and I think we'll be fine. But what I don't want to do, yeah, Carl, yeah. You know what? I should do that, and I don't. Simple as. I've always used enamels as well. I think that's. I think you've hit the nail on the head with that. That could be the issue I'm having here. So let's see how this is going. Okay, that's nice and level. Let's put that on there because that's yeah, there's a bit of a ridge there. I really need to, if I get rid of that, I should be able to get this thing to sit nicely. Let's put it back up there. My magic drawer of sandpapers and abrasives. That's no good, that's two. There we go. Need something a bit fierce for this. Yeah, let's smear some glue on just to be sure. Actually, you know what? When that's on, will that be? It's going to make it quite tricky to do anything more with that. So. Cool. So according to the instructions, I smear glue all over this triangular piece and across the back. Yeah, I've just noticed there's a gap there. I think that's yeah, that one. Ooh, something's cracking. Yeah, that's right. That'll be some more clampage off screen, I believe. Looking at that, doesn't kind of look that aerodynamic, does it? But then again, there's two jet engines in there, so right then. So we can turn the page. We've gone from section 9 to section 10, and that is putting the spine on. So we want part B11, which is fairly obvious which part that is. Make sure I'm not cutting off anything that belongs on the part. Cool. And of course, being a professional modeler, I'm of course going to dry fit this. Something's not quite right there. That's a nice fit, although what I think we could do with is opening up that little slot there. There's a step just on the back of there that's going into that, but I need that to be a little bit more free and easy. Let's see what that's done. Oh yeah, perfect. So where do we put glue, Mr. Instructions? Put the glue. It's telling you. I've just got quite out of shot. It's telling you to run a bead of glue down there, but I'm not 100% certain exactly where that bead of glue needs to be. So what I'll do instead is I'll put a bit of glue there, a bit of glue across top, a bit of glue there, like so. Bit of glue in there, and then I shall run a bead down the part itself. Quick as you like, because this stuff's actually flooding out. And it's on and it's nice. Can't help but notice the cockpit has dropped down on one side, which is a bit of a bit. Let's see if we can't lift it up by sticking a no, that ain't gonna move. Right, paint it black, no one will notice. So that's chapter 9 done. Now then, another thing I was thinking about the other day. I've not seen the mention of nose weight on this kit anywhere. Because I'm probably gonna have it on the stand. It'd be a shame not to use that shadow stand. But I think I might put the undercarriage down anyway. So what we need to find out, although the main undercarriage is quite way back. So what I'll do sometimes is put something there that's in line with where the main undercarriage should be, and it will be a tail sitter. Or will it? I have got a hollow nose to put on, which is this next step, step 11. So I might cram some weight in it just to be on the safe side. Well, all right, Cole. Yeah, I watch a channel called it's called Ted Coningsby. No, I think he lives near Coningsby, where a lot of these aircraft are based, and also the Battle of Britain Memorial flight are based there. And he does live streams, and it's because it's from watching that channel is the reason I went out and bought this kit to start with. So I was watching watching these aircraft on his channel, and I thought, oh, you know what? Maybe I'd like to model one of those. And here we are. So that's just, well, that's got a big, I don't know if you can see that, but that's, I think that's the underside. In fact, while the nose is up, and I can cram a bit of weight in there anyway. And how do you do that, Phil? Well, I'll tell you. Yeah, there's quite a bit of space. Being in the building trade, I have access to all sorts of stuff that some people see as junk and will throw it away. One thing of that is pieces of lead. This is it's actually started off as roofing flashing. It's an off-cut, rolled up. Roofer was going to chuck it away, and I said, "Oh, hold on, I can find a use for that." And what that use is sticking in tricycle undercarriage aircraft. Nah, from that little test I did, I think this is almost, and there's going to be a bit more weight on the front because it's a few more bits to go on. Now this lead, it's quite easy to work with because it'll bend, but I would absolutely, if you're using anything like this, when you've done with it, wash your hands because you will get a bit of lead residue onto your fingers, and it's bad news. Because they've took it out of paint. I'm just going to have a little, bear with me, throat's going a bit dry. Bless you. So we've got a piece of lead in there. Stick another piece of lead. It's also a balancing act because what you want to be wary of is sticking so much lead in the nose of your model that the undercarriage collapses. And I know I've been in some of these builds. I've not been shy with the lead, and I've got aircraft that are incredibly heavy, if I'm going to be honest. Well, you do wonder if over time, let's do that testing while that's in there. Triangular shape brush, so there's me, what's that, fulcrum. Line it up with the main landing gear. Yeah, this is a bit of a rough test, but that's not gonna. I don't think we're gonna have a tail sitter, and it's most likely going to spend a lot of its life on a stand, so it's all good. So now I've got my lead in there. It's just kind of chucked in there loose. What I shall then do is get a bit of super glue and tip it in. There we go. And then the really clever part is I'm going to give it a blast of that, which in a few moments will make that super glue set solid. And that lead shouldn't be able to rattle around. I mean, it's not going to rattle around anyway if it did come loose, because it's in the space between the front of the cockpit tub and this. Actually, it might be able to rattle around now I mention it. And then we put the pointy end on. Hooray! Oh, I don't. What was there like that? Cool. I think, isn't plutonium like really dense and heavy? There we go. That's all set. Lovely. I mean, if I really wanted to belt and braces, I could put like a piece of plastic there just to keep that in place, but yeah, we'll be all right. So let's start making this look like a Typhoon. First thing, let's get this nose on. I'll get this section 11 done, and then I think I'll probably call it a night. What time is it? Oh, it's nearly 10 o'clock, nearly my bedtime. And before I live stream this again, I'll probably do a bit of fettling on it, get some filler on it. But like I say, you don't want to see that, because it's very, very dull, if I'm going to be dead honest. So that's the nose on. That's part B12. So on D14, D15, the canards that I am not seeing. Yeah. That's B. That's A. C. A, B, C. A, B, C. So where's D? Well, that's brought this build to a grinding halt. I'm missing a sprue. Let's double check. That's B. That's A. And that's C. Oh, okay. I put that back in the box. I thought that was the stand only, but it's got some of our parts on we're looking for. So, nope, they won't cut parts off. Let's go, D14. Here's that one. Just almost lost it as soon as I snipped it off. Dry fit, dry fit, dry fit. Oh yeah, that looks like something out of the Thunderbird or 1960s TV show. Hello, Carlos. You missed all the fun of me faffing around and battling this kit a little bit, but we are on our way. Oh, I'm getting excited now because it's beginning to look like the picture on the box. Oh yeah, tell me about it. I've got as far as pingage and stuff flying off your sprues. This desk I'm working on, let me just show you. I made it to contain any parts that spring off. Now see, this is a piece of, what is this, 2B6 MDF on top of another unit, and you can't really see, but where it went against the wall, obviously the wall was not quite straight. So what I did was, once I got this in place, this part, I put this is plywood, and this comes over the edge of the MDF. It's all filled around there. In fact, if I move that, it's all filled around the edge in there, and that's the plywood sitting out over the top of the MDF. Which, if it goes to plan, a piece pings off, hits that, doesn't go behind anything. All right, okay. I was kind of watching that on and off, but equalising extra time. I think hope you're going to stay up late for another penalty extravaganza. I hate penalty. I can remember the games in the sort of 90s and penalty shootouts. They're not more. They're emotional. Let's put it that way. For the losing side. Like I say, we was kind of watching it, and then someone posted on Facebook about Ozzy Osbourne passing away, so we were watching the news about that and what have you. I really wanted to go to that back to the beginning gig, but because I'm going to pack up going to concerts now. They're crazy expensive for a kick-off, and actually getting tickets in the first place, even if if you can afford them, is something of a lottery. And I was thinking, like, Aussie was the first gig I ever went to, so maybe it'd kind of bookend nicely if Aussie was the last concert I ever went to. But obviously, it's like Oasis. I mean, you couldn't get tickets to that after unless you paid lots and lots of money. I mean, don't even get me started on Ticketmaster and all that. But there we are. Okay. What have I done? I've moved the instructions, haven't I? So we have got part. Okay, I'm going to find part C15. I'll get that on. How long have we been on? Oh, an hour. Blimey. So I know I've got sprue C here because I was just looking at it. And part C15 is right there. And it goes into that little slot there. Let's just make sure that's nice and smooth because that's got to sit nicely in the little slot we've got there. 5 a.m. It's tomorrow for you then. I'm normally waking up sometimes at 5 a.m. Oh, blimey, I've done that now. I've lost a part. There it is. Oh, this has gone pear-shaped. Should it be like that? As far as I can tell, that's the only way that can go on, but it doesn't look right, but well, that doesn't look right on the top. Let's have another go. That seems to be a better fit. Cool. So yeah, we now have a model kit that's beginning to look like the picture on the box. Now then, how long have we been on? 1 hour or so. All right then, everybody. I'm going to call this stream now. It's getting a bit late. I think it's getting really late for Cole at 5 o'clock in the morning, tomorrow morning. So I'm going to call this stream now and say a big thank you, because if I've got this right, this stream has had the most viewers any of my streams have ever had yet. I've not done many, I'll grant you, but that's great. It's there's 11 people watching, and I'm about to switch this off. I almost feel guilty for doing that. So a big thank you to everyone who's commented and watched and all that good stuff. And I shall do a bit of fettling on this behind the scenes, and next live stream we'll be cracking on with it. All right then, thank you very much, and good night, good morning, or good evening, wherever you may be.